Yes, what is science? The main idea talks about the first and early signs of the interest of studying science. Science is, yes, Sultan Khair, thank you. You pushed us forward. Science is the thing that help them solve problems. It's the organized study of the physical world. Science is the study of the physical world. Great, super. Thank you very much. Let's move on to a very important question now. Thank you, Hashim. What were some of the key advances made by the Greeks? Again, what were some of the key advances made by the Greeks? What advances did the Greeks make? Atallah, thank you. Brakit, everyone. Hashim, Khalid, Sultan, thank you very much. Guys, now I need what did the Greeks do? Wafi, they gathered facts about plants and animals. Yes, thank you. What else, guys, please? Brakit, they gather, yes, we said it. Thank you. Hashim, they developed a large amount of scientific information. Their studies helped develop theories. Great, thank you. What else, guys, please? The Greeks. What did they study? What did the Greeks study? And what they develop? Okay, they classified living things into groups, which made studying easier. That's from Rakit. Khalid, Ptolemy stated the sun and planets orbited around the Earth. This had been accepted for 1,400 years. They studied plants and animals. Great. They had put a lot of theories. Great, super. So guys, I can give you a summary of your great answers here. They used reason to study nature and develop theories. Aristotle, oh, no one told me about Aristotle. You told me, but you did not mention his name. Aristotle classified living things. Ptolemy advanced the geocentric theory in astronomy. Guys, can you answer me, what is the geocentric theory in astronomy? What is it? What is, Brakit, everyone? What is the geocentric theory in astronomy? Yes, you type your answer here, double chat here, yeah, go ahead. What is the geocentric theory? It stated that the planets and the sun orbited the Earth. Great, great, super, super. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Let's move on to another one, please. How have these early science like Aristotle, Ptolemy, affected how we approach modern science? Have these science affected us? And if yes, how? Let me say the question again. How have these early scientists affected how we approach modern science? Do they have any effect on modern science? Aristotle, Ptolemy. Yes, by getting deeper into what we started, okay? No, we listen, Brakit. Anyway, we can listen to the next part, I don't mind. Okay, guys, so please let's stop for a while chatting. Let's listen to the second part, Brakit, ready? Then everyone please listen now to the next part after we will have some more questions.
Medieval science. During the Middle Ages, most Europeans were interested in religious ideas. Few people were interested in studying nature. Their ideas about science were based mostly on ancient classical writings. They did not think it was necessary to research the facts and draw their own conclusions. Many of the classical writings were poorly preserved. As people wrote out copies of the old texts, they sometimes made errors that changed the information. At the same time, Arabs and Jews in the Islamic Empire preserved Greek and Roman science. They copied many Greek and Roman works into Arabic. They also came into contact with the Indian system of numbers that is used today. This system of numbers is now called Indian Arabic. Arabic and Jewish scientists made their own advances in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Even with these achievements, scientists in the Islamic world did not conduct experiments. During the 1100s, European thinkers began to have more contact with Islamic peoples. As a result, they gained a renewed interest in science. Europeans began to read copies of Islamic works in Latin. After the Indian Arabic system of numbers reached Europe, people adopted it in place of Roman numerals. Thomas Aquinas and other Christian thinkers showed that Christianity and reason could work together. Also, Europeans began building new universities. In these schools, teachers and students helped the growth of science. Beginning in the 1400s, voyages of exploration added to scientific knowledge in Europe. Europeans began to create better charts and maps. These tools helped explorers reach different parts of the world. As more of the world was explored, people learned new information about the size of oceans and continents. Scientists gathered data about diseases, animals, and plants and organized the new information. Gradually, scientific knowledge expanded in Europe. As this happened, a new understanding of the natural world developed. Progress check. Describing. How was science practiced in ancient and medieval times?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get back to our questions here. What were some of the key advances? No, we said that, sorry. How have these early science affected how we approach modern science? Early science like Aristotle, Ptolemy, how have they affected how we approach modern science? Your comments, please, now. Our ideas are based on their theories. Brakit, thank you very much. Thank you. Especially reason, Brakit. Yes, Muhammad Al Saud, but give me more details here, right? Okay, guys. So, any more answers? We study their theories, yes. A lot of scientific advances use their scientific ideas. Yes, you are all correct. Thank you very much. Let me read that. We've built upon the knowledge, and we still classify things based on similarities and differences. Okay, that is in Miguel's answer. We study their theories, especially when we classify things depending on similarities and differences. We gained a lot from their theories, as Sultan al-Dakhail said. Thank you very much. Let me move to another question now. Very important. Listen, please. Why were the Greeks important to later science? You know, the Greeks, they have a lot to do with what we are studying now. Why were the Greeks important to later science? Why? The question is about the importance of Greek science. Why were they important to later science? Yes, please, go ahead. Yes, yes, please, your answers here. I'm waiting. Why were the Greeks important to later science? they started studying plants and animals. Their ideas helped future science to develop more useful models of their work. Hashim, thank you very much. But Hashim, in specific, which science studied the Greeks? Arab and Jewish. Yes, great. The Arab science, the Jewish science studied the Greeks. Great, super. Thank you very much. So the Greek ideas affected Arab and Jewish scholars and were later rediscovered by whom? First, the Arab and Jewish studied the Greeks. Then later, who rediscovered these works? Yes, Europeans, Wafi. Thank you very much. So, guys, first, the Arab and the Jewish scholars studied the Greeks. Later on, the Greek works were rediscovered by the Europeans, especially in the Renaissance, encouraging the development of new scientific ideas. Great, super. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll stop the share now. Okay, guys, I'll give the mic to some of you. We have read, we have listened, answered questions about 2 pages. I need some of you to take part now, take the mic and give us a summary of what we have studied. Raise your hand, please, if you are ready. I need you to give me a summary of the 2 pages we have studied so far. Raise your hand, please. Yes, Abdurrahman al-Dabal, I got your point. Thank you very much. Also, Atallah, thank you. Guys, who is ready? Wafi Sibai. Yes, please, Wafi, go ahead.
Okay, so first, people developed new ways to learn about nature, and then these ways developed into theories, and the theory is an explanation for how or why something happens, and then and then there were scientific advances, and so they started classifying facts, and they gathered facts about plants and animals, and then they arranged them into groups, and then other scientists came, and they based their conclusions on common sense, and that led to false beliefs.
Yes.
And then Ptolemy came and stated that the sun and the planets moved around the Earth, which was the geocentric theory.
Yes,
And,
great.
yes, and then after that they started to, and then after that Arab and Jews started to read Greek writings, and then they developed more theories, more and more theories, and then Europeans came to rediscover it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, B.Najd, please. Any more you want to add? If you please, everyone, turn on your cameras, guys. Everyone, turn on your camera now. Yes, B.Najd, go ahead. Yes, Brakit, would you like to add anything else?
Yes. That first, I want to say that we have the basis of the science were created by the ancient Greeks and Romans. They developed the first theories and ideas. After the, and an example of these theories was the geocentric theory, which, as well stated, that all planets and the sun rotated around the sun, around the Earth. And then we can say that the Arabs and Jews studied these works, and then the Europeans finally discovered them. And yeah, that's all.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Hashim, would you like to add anything?
No, sorry. It's okay. No.
Okay, guys, I guess it's okay now. Let's move on. But before we move on, let me share screen again to ask you another question, and you add your comment. That one. Can you see the last line on the screen, Wafi, everyone? How was science practiced in ancient and medieval times? I guess Wafi gave us the answer when he gave us his summary of the 2 pages. I need your comments now, guys. How was science practiced in ancient and medieval times? How was it practiced? How was science practiced at that time? And please, if you type an answer, Wafi, Hashim, everyone, give me an example to support your comment, please. Al-Barakit, yes, check your answer, please. I need how science practiced their theories. Okay? Yes, please, no one is typing. Why? Hello, ready? How was, yes, Salman Megail, we were talking about the Greeks and they had some achievements in science. Later on, the Arabs and Greeks studied the Greek works. Then that later on, these works, achievements were rediscovered by the Europeans. But how did the science at that time practice science at that time? How was it practiced? Hello guys, why no comments? Hello? Oh yeah, Brakit, Atallah, they did not practice their theories or use experiment, but they explored and discovered new information that they added to their scientific knowledge. Super, great, Atallah. Can you give me example? Atallah means that they did not test their theories. They only used common sense and reason. They did not test what they achieved. Can you give me example? Atallah Wafi wrote it was practiced by exploring plants and animals. Yes, that was part of what they studied. Double, they got new information which helped them develop their ideas. But in practicing science, did they make sure, did they test their theories, or only they use their common sense? Hashim, okay, I will read it. Sorry, Hashim, sorry, Hashim. Reject. Oh, Hashim. They stated ideas without experiments, which lead to false beliefs. Super. Such as, this is the example I needed. Thank you very much, Hashim. Such as how Ptolemy stated the sun orbits the earth. Yeah, they had no way to test their theories. They only used reason and common sense. Thank you very much. Salman, okay, Brakit. Okay, yes, Brakit, this is what they studied. But we mean how they practiced science. Omar Atallah, I read your comment. It's great. Also Hashim. Wafi, exploring plants and animals. You are right, you and Brakit. This is part of what they studied, but how they studied. I mean how, I don't mean what. Okay, Dabal. Okay, they mostly used common sense. Atallah, great, super. They did not, this is Salman, they didn't have any advancement in technology. They couldn't test things. They just used common sense. Depending on if we measure the technology at that time, we can say they had some kind of technology, but it wasn't enough to test their theories. So they only used common sense and reason. Khalid, I guess this is Khalid al-Jid'an. Yes, super جدعان. Let me read it. I don't know male جدعان or السبيعي. They didn't try their own facts and show their conclusions. And sometimes they made mistakes and that changed the information. Great, super. البراكيت, they did not test their theories. They only used reason. Great, super. They only used reason. Thank you, Brackett. Common sense, Miguel. Thank you. Brackett, they did not test their theories. I am proud of all these answers. Super. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have the answer here. You have better than that, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me move to the next part. Okay, new ideas about the universe. Okay, guys, ready? We will listen, then we will have some more questions. Who is chatting? Okay, Dekhail, thank you. They did not test their theories. They used common sense. They did not test their theories. Super, thank you. Okay, guys, let's listen to the coming part.
New ideas about the universe. Guiding question. Why did European ideas about the universe change during the 1500s and 1600s? In the 1500s, Europeans began to think differently about science. They began to realize that scientists had to use mathematics and experiments to make advances. This new way of thinking led to the scientific revolution. This revolution changed how Europeans understood science and how they searched for knowledge. The scientific revolution first affected astronomy, the science that studies the planets and stars of the universe. New discoveries in this field began to change European thinking about the universe.
Yeah, we listen to this part, okay? Let's go step by step, guys. Abdulkarim Rashid, thank you. I got your point. Thank you. I have a question about this part, only this part, the highlighted one, which is, why is the word revolution used in referring to the advance of science? Okay, Mgaid, okay. Guys, again, why, about this part in front of you, why is the word revolution used in referring to the advance of science? We call scientific revolution. Why we say revolution when we talk about science at that time? Yes, please. Maybe this is the general one. Maybe this is your own point of view. Maybe this is how you understand the word revolution. Is it only about politics, or we can say a revolution in science, a scientific revolution? And please get your answer closely related to the time we are studied. Let me read now. Okay, Jid'an, I got your point. Thank you, Jid'an. Thank you. I'm proud of you. The word Hashim, the word is used to describe how they made advances to how they practiced science previously. You mean, Hashim, there is a great change in dealing with science. And as a result, a lot of it changes about how we see the world around us. For example, the sun and the earth. Wafi, because science was changed, yes, greatly changed, Wafi. Thank you. A revolution. Bracket, it changed how Europeans understood science and how they searched for knowledge. But don't forget, Bracket, that it started earlier with the Greeks, then the Arab and Jewish scholars, then rediscovered by the Europeans. Guys, so many science before the Europeans started and did a lot to science. And Miguel, can we say revolution in science? Why do we say a scientific revolution at that time? Madkhali, because this revolution changed how Europeans understood science and how they searched for knowledge. Not only Europe. Yes, not only Europe. Great, great. We are on the same planet, Brekit, right? Thank you. Atallah, because major changes occur, such as when countries have revolutions and the leader of the country changes and many other things, it changes as well. But we need something closely related to science, Atallah. Salman Miguel, because it changed how they understood science. Super, great, super. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stop the share. Okay, guys, I'd like to say thank you very much, really. I really enjoyed this lesson. I guess you learned it in a better way. And I need your comments now before I say goodbye. If you have any questions about the part we have finished, of course, next week we'll continue the same lesson. But I need your comments now if you have any questions, something you did not understand, or I need you to suggest if or recommend if we add something next time. Yes, raise your hand if you need to talk. Raise your hand. Yes, Brakid, go ahead.
Thank you for the great lesson.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'd really like to thank you too. Thank you all. You worked hard, except for your cameras. Okay, yes, who else please? Who would like to talk? To ask any questions, any points you don't understand so far? Are you sure? I have some comments here.
No, thank you, teacher.
Khalid, thank you. Talal, thank you. Yes, please. Brakit, who is absent today? I guess Abdullah Abdul Latif. And who else?
Benton.
Benton, Abdullah Abdul Latif. Only, right?
No. We are 22 students, and here we are 19, including you. So we are 18 students.
So, which means more, some more absent?
Yeah, we have 2 more absentees.
Okay. Yes, please. I'd like to say thank you. No assignment. Only keep working on IXL. Please do. Thank you. See you. Yes, Brakit.
Can you highlight the exercises you want us to solve on IXL?
Okay, I will do. Thank you. Goodbye. See you.